Oh, this is first time seeing it in person. Oh man. Alright, so let me give you a little backstory. I'm in the garage, cleaning the garage. It's my lie, I'll tell it how I want, babe. But I have been cleaning the garage today, just because I've been having stuff on the table and everything, whatever. I'm in the garage cleaning, and my buddy sends me a message and says, hey, peer pressure, check this out. Now, what he sends me has got to be easily one of the hottest deals I've come across. It's a pretty hot deal. Would you agree? Babe, now that I've explained to you, like I showed you all the little things in the pictures and other people.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
So it's now like 10:30, 11 at night, something. And the problem is when you get a deal like this, especially on Facebook, there's 50 million people hitting them up, everything. I told this guy, like, I'll send you a deposit. And he's like, yeah, like 20 people are coming tomorrow. You got 200 hits off of this thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't accept the deposit. He wants me to come look at it. I would send the deposit. I would send him all of the money right now. Like, that's how confident I feel in that car being that good of a deal. But he won't accept the deposit. So what I'm thinking about doing is, because it's about an hour and a half drive, we're gonna push the Nova off the trailer. I'm gonna drive up to New Jersey so I can sleep in the parking lot, so I can be the first one there when he gets there in the morning, because that's what you have to do to get a deal. Now, should I be buying another car? Absolutely not. Is it one of those deals that, I'm not gonna say once in a lifetime, but it's a very good deal, and it's very rare that these kind of cars pop up in this kind of condition at this price. I'm not even sure that I'm actually going to get it and, you know, gonna go up there, drive and sleep in the parking lot, but Mallory has agreed to help me unload the car, the Nova, push the Nova off, get it in the garage so the truck and trailer can be free, so that way, if I want to, I can go do this.
I don't think you should sleep with
Why not?
because I think it's 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but can you get me up at 5:30 in the morning?
With enough cold water, you can explain.
Here's the thing, if I'm there, if you get me up at 5:30 in the morning and I leave at 5:30 in the morning, like, I have to be the first one there. Like,
But if you sleep in the parking lot, you might sleep in the parking lot and wake up at noon in the parking lot.
No, because I'm gonna back the trailer in front of the car so nobody else can get it out.
That's so messed up.
So when he gets there, he's got no choice but to deal with me. And then I just whip out the cash and I'm like, let's just pull it on the trailer. I don't know what we're doing yet, but let's get the Nova off the trailer. Push. I believe in you. I'm your motivational coach. You can do it. Put your back into it. She's rolling. Almost. There it goes. Well, I didn't know where I was at. But alright, we went a little too far. We'll push it.
I'll push the other way.
Good push. Well, we could, this way we could just, yeah, like that. So now we've got the Nova in the garage. This is stupid, but I really like that car.
I do too. And I think it's a little close to the
And we could ride the mouse in our pocket. Pierre likes that car too, you hear him? Alright, so I didn't go out there last night, mainly because the seller, I told him, hey, if you hear anything about a guy sleeping in the Tahoe, don't worry, it's just me. And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that, gave me some reasons, and left it at that. So somehow, by some miracle, Mallory has woken me up at 5-something this morning, which, if you know me, I absolutely, positively hate mornings. I don't even care if it's because we're going racing, I still hate mornings. And now we're in a tough spot because the guy said he'd be at the shop at like 8:45. It's like an hour and a half away, so we're plenty early, but I do gotta stop at the ATMs. But he said like 20 people said they were coming today. So I still want to try to be the first person there, because if I'm the first person there and I have cash, it's really hard to say no to me. So hopefully we don't take this hour and a half, whatever, however long this drive is going to take to not get the car. That would really suck. So let's hit the road, go hit the ATMs, do whatever we gotta do. I still hate mornings, and figure this out. Well, we're on the road and we're about 45 minutes away. Feeling pretty good. I haven't been awake for McDonald's breakfast in like 7 years or something, so you know, that's good. But and I'm really excited. It feels good. I'm not gonna lie, like over the years, you know, I've done a bunch of buying and selling and trading and all that kind of stuff. And usually when a deal pops up like this, it's really, really hard to get. It's hard to be there first with the trailer, with the cash, everything. I tried to send a deposit, guy didn't want to take it. So I'm feeling good, I'm feeling hopeful, because I already sent him a message, said I'm on the way. He said, look, I'm not gonna be there till 8:45. I said, that's fine, don't worry about it. I wanna be the first one in the parking lot. I don't know quite what we're gonna do yet. Here's the thing, I can tell you, the guy is asking $2,500 for this piece here, and I honestly legitimately think that it's worth 2 to 3 times that price, just cleaned up, running, driving, and stopping. And he says that, you know, he started it up, runs and drives and stops, but you know, trailer it just to make sure you go through it, whatever. But really, some elbow grease on the cleaning, and I think it could be worth, you know, 3 times what he's asking for it. The question then becomes, well, what do? Do we make the easy money and keep on keeping on? This is where it gets complicated, because I have wanted one of these cars for such a long time, and this one appears to be super clean. And if it is everything he says it is going to be very, very hard for me to let go of it and get rid of it. We definitely need to get rid of some stuff. We got too many cars. I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do a video just on all of the cars we have. I don't know. Right now, I'm just focused on getting there, making sure that hopefully nobody beats me there, and picking up this thing and getting it home. Because if I can do that, it would be a huge, huge win for the day, for the week, everything. I still got a Nova to fix. I still got so much stuff to do. I should not be stopping in the middle of the week to go buy a car, but sometimes, I'm telling you, when you guys see this thing, oh man. And I just told you, he's asking $2,500 for it. And it would be one of those things too, I can't negotiate the price. He's got so many hits on this car so quickly. It was up for maybe an hour or two last night when I sent him a message. There is no negotiating the price. It's we're paying full price, and it is what it is. We're about to hit this bridge into Jersey, and then probably like another 40 minutes or so, and hopefully the car is in a spot where I can show you guys. I'd like to look at it first and show you guys everything and kind of go from there, but we'll see when we get there. All right, so we're pulling up to what I believe is the shop here, and fortunately for me, I do not see any trucks with trailers here, but I also don't see the car yet. So yeah, oh, I see it. It's tucked in the cut. Oh baby, we did it. We did it. I seen it. We're the first ones here. I gotta make sure this trailer clears. Oh man, oh, I'm excited. There's nobody else here. I'm the first one with a truck and trailer. Now, that doesn't mean we're gonna get it just yet, because, you know, my luck, well, let me keep this closed, there's a lot of traffic out here. My luck, some jerk face could show up. I don't know if he told anybody else that, you know, hey, I'll be there at 8:45 and here's the address, but we're here at like, you know, 8:05. We hit a little traffic. The only problem is that I just seen where the car is and where it's tucked in, and I cannot get in front of it with the trailer. Like, look, because if he told somebody else I'll be there at 8:45 and somebody else pulls up with a trailer, like, then we can get into a situation where, is it a money thing? Now we got to go up in price, or we got to argue, or this, that, and the other. If I pull my trailer right in front of that thing, we should be pretty good, but we can't. So, man, all right, well, let's go look at this thing. I'm pumped up. This is sick. This is sick. First time seeing it in person. Oh man. All right, so some things looked a little bit better in pictures, but I guess I will show you guys this thing, and then we can kind of talk about what I saw and why we're here. That is right. This is a 1987, so matching year to Mallory's El Camino, 1987 Buick Regal. Wow. Now, see, like some of this looked a little bit better in pictures, but there's really, really good things about this car, right? So if we look, the front trim pieces, even though this one's cracked, it's still there. Those front bumper filler pieces are like front and rear. They're usually next to impossible to find. They're usually gone. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why they leave, but they do. They're really hard to find. So the body is all there. It's straight. Man, there was a couple hints on this thing that kind of got me pumped up when I saw it online, because the listing said he didn't know a lot about the motor or whatever. He bought it, you know, years ago, blah, 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 drove it. It started up recently and he wants to get rid of it. So obviously the old school weld wheels, right? What do we got back here? The weld wheels with the Buick center cap and 255. Okay, so it's got a 255 tire on it, so it probably hasn't had the frame, you know, moved out and all that, cut up. Oh, but there was a couple things in the pictures that really got me excited. As you can see in there, there's a shifter, some kind of shifter. There's a tack. Once this thing gets unlocked and we can pop the hood and kind of show you everything, you'll get a better idea. But look at that, just even through the window. This interior is clean, clean. There's a crack. There's a little crack in the dash up here, but all the interior is there. It's got like some custom seat covers. I mean, floor mats. This thing, it's all there. It's got some gauges up there, whatever. I'm not really worried about that. Unfortunately, I can't pop the hood to show you what else that I saw in the pictures that led me to believe that this might be a really good buy. But man, tell me this thing ain't gangster. And it's black, and it's 87, the same year as Mallory's. Like, this would be the twin. Like, when I tell you right now, I'm ready to sell it all and just go cruising with my woman and our matching black G bodies, that is probably the most gangster shit you could ever do. I want to take a look underneath the car and all that, get my eyes on it underneath, because there's, like I said, a lot of stuff we couldn't see in pictures. All right, so underneath, a couple really good signs. We've got long tube headers, full dual exhaust. I think that even might be 3-inch, which is probably overkill. So far, sections of the frame look really good. Down here, all this underneath looks really, really good. I see it's got a shifter cable on it. Can't really see much of the trans. I'm liking what I see so far. Underneath the rear, oh, I see some more signs of life, my friend. We've got a sumped gas tank, probably a Holly blue or black fuel pump, fuel filter. This is really starting to look like it was some kind of old school hot rod, you know what I mean? Back in the 90s, 2000s, whatever. I don't know about the rear. I'd have to look at the information in the rear. It looks like they painted a bunch of this stuff like black back in the day, but sumped gas tank, which tells me that this motor that he knows nothing about probably has a little pep in its step. I'm not gonna say it's anything fantastic, but probably has a little pep in its step. It probably sounds pretty good. He said it'll start up and it'll move, so I cannot wait to hear this thing fire up. Oh man, let this thing have a good motor in it. Oh my, no matter, because I'd still put an LS in it anyway. But man, this thing is cool. Let's take a look under here. Yeah, we got some leaking as normal, but you know, all factory suspension. The bottom of the frame hasn't been tied together. Like I said, it's still got a 255 tire on it, which tells me that the frame hasn't been notched for a 28 on these cars. Unless you get a wheel that really sticks, you can get a wheel that sticks out real far and has a crazy offset, but to get a 28 in there, usually I think you gotta notch the frame out the back there and kind of push it in. But man, look at that grille, and it's black too. Oh my, is there a more beautiful car? And like all of this stuff, I know that Mallory will go to work on this, and this thing is gonna shine like you would not even believe. The body, like I said, the body all looks super straight. All the panels are there. I mean, look at that, the Buick. Now the hood's a little, you know, we got some spots on the hood, but hey, it is what it is. The only thing that I'm not sure about with the hood is I know Grand Nationals had this like hood scoop on it, and it would have like a badge on it, but this thing has been debadged. So I guess what we should do, we should look up the VIN number and see what kind of stuff we can pull from that. I'm not saying that it's a Grand National. I highly doubt that it's a Grand National. I just don't know that the regular Regals had that bump in the hood. You guys will tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't know if the regular Regals had that bump in the hood or not. If they did, cool. If they didn't, it could be a Grand National hood. I highly doubt it's a Grand National car. If it is, it would be disappointing that the original power plant is not in it, because it was a 3.8 turbo V6. I think it was either 3.8 or 3.6 turbo V6 deal, which would make this car dramatically, you know, the price of this thing would be through the roof if it was a Grand National. And actually, if it's a Grand National, it'll have a Grand National rear in it, or it's possible a lot of people swap them anyway, that it might have a Grand National rear in it. If it does, man, we're in business. But even if it doesn't, not a big deal. So let me do some research on the VIN number here and see what we can figure out about this car. All right, so after looking up the VIN number, the 1G, 4G, whatever J, we get through all that, blah, 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 that's all normal. And then it gets to 11 Alpha, and Alpha is gonna be the engine code of this car. So there was 3 different engine codes. One of them was for a 3.8 V6 with no turbo. One was for the 3.8 turbo, which is the Grand Nationals. And then one was for a 305 V8. Now this one here, the Alpha, means that it's originally a 3.6 car, non-turbo, non-Grand National. So no big deal there. But I know that it has a V8 in it, which tells me that between the sump and the tank and the motor being a V8 and everything, it's possible we could have ourselves quite a little piece here. I gotta wait a little bit for this guy to show up at the shop here. So plus when he does show up, there's all these cars that gotta move. So I'm gonna go hang out in the truck, do some more research on this, and see if I can identify the rear. Maybe hopefully they swap the rear out. If they did, that would be the cherry on the cake. But or the cherry on the ice cream, whatever, the whipped cream, whatever you want to call it. I'm beside myself because how awesome this car is, how much of a deal I think it is. And then also we managed to scoop it up. Like, it was online for an hour or two. I had to get up early in the morning. We got out here and it looks like, at least it appears like, we're gonna get it. There's only a little bit of concern I have because I saw a Pennsylvania tag on it, and I'm not sure about Pennsylvania tagging and all that, how that works out, but we'll figure that out. Guy told me it has a clean title. As long as it has a clean title, we're good to go. We're putting this thing on the trailer and we're bringing it home. Let me see what I can figure out about the rear, just because that's one thing that would be really cool. But other than that, I'm just gonna do some more research and wait till this guy shows up to sell me this beautiful car. All right, so my man put the battery in. About getting ready to get it fired up. It looks like it's a steel headed, painted to look like aluminum headed. Those spark plugs look like they are old. This thing has been sitting around a while. We'll see how it sounds when it fires up. Definitely would have to do some looking around. Plugs, wires look good though. And poly carb, at least it's not a damn metal block. All right, so that's fans. That ain't the right key. That's door key. And then we killed the jump box. Let me do it with the pump on. That's carbureted cars. Old carburetor cars, that's what you get.
Apparently one was for the fans.
Yeah, like the cooling system, and now I broke it, so now I definitely gotta buy it. I broke the damn switch.
Yeah, we never had to flip the switches anyway.
No.
Get it started.
Oh, now it's working. Now that fan kicked on. Baby. We got some voltage in this thing. We ain't got no voltage. So let me give it a little. I bet you if we poured fuel in that thing, it would start right up. We got fuel pressure. Turn the key on. See if this thing got fuel pressure. Yeah. I know the problem. It ain't got no fuel pressure. It ain't got no gas in it. That's why it needs to be pumped so many times, because it's got no fuel pressure. And the bowls. Let's see, I bet it fires up now. Oh, now it runs. But it's not gonna stay running because it's got no fuel pressure. All right, so we're having some trouble getting it started, but it needs a new battery. It probably needs some love, like some spark plugs, some tune-up. Funny thing, the trunk works really nice, and he's like, oh, it comes with a different carburetor. I was supposed to swap the carburetor out. Has this Team G intake, which is pretty gangster as well. So we've got a different carb to go on it. We could probably swap the whole intake if we wanted to. He's like, oh, I got oil, a spare tire. There's an axle that my dad said was for the car, but this is a CV axle, so that damn sure ain't for no Buick. But in here, now that we're in the trunk, we can see that the quarters are looking fresh, undamaged, everything. I wish it had the floor mat and stuff in the trunk, but it does not. Apparently at some point they had a stereo system in here. Yeah, they got that going on. But the trunk is real clean, everything. This thing opens real nice. Oh, now we got to fix this trim up a little bit. Carpet's not looking the greatest, but look at this interior. I still haven't even gotten to show you guys yet. This is custom interior. Apparently custom sound system too. Buick Regal, baby. This whole interior is really pretty clean. It's got switches for the fan and for the heat, and yeah, we'll have to figure some of that out, but not a big deal. He got the big boy jump box out. He got the you're gonna start whether you like it or not. So we'll see. We had it started up and running for a split second, but it could just be, you know, carb spark plugs. I mean, look at these things. I mean, it did run, but damn, she needs some love. Definitely needs a good cleaning. But your boy is now the owner, title in hand, everything good to go, of a fresh 1987 Buick Regal, black with the brown and black interior, and it matches Mallory's car. Couldn't ask for more. All right, so we got a new battery delivered. That battery was just not having it. Good? Straight spray and start fluid to keep this thing running, but hopefully the gas picks up. Got good oil pressure though. That's a good sign. All right, so unfortunately, we had to push the car on the trailer. It just wouldn't stay running long enough to go ahead and drive up on its own. It probably needs some new plugs, some new gas, probably the carburetor gone through, which I'm not gonna do. I'll slap the other one on there. But it's on the trailer. Now it's time to head home. And believe it or not, Mallory was 110% in support of this decision. Maybe because it's a black 87 G body that matches hers. I don't know. We'll get it home. Probably first thing we'll do is start tinkering with it, make it run right. But man, this thing looks awesome. I'm super pumped to have it. Awesome car. And I know that Mallory is gonna kill it on, you know, the detailing, the bringing this back to life. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect car by any means, and there's some spots, but Mallory is gonna make this thing shine like you wouldn't even believe. So maybe we'll do a full detail video on that, show you guys all that. But man, ooh, tell me that's not gangster. That's a gangster looking hot rod right there. We're going cruising, baby. We're going cruising. Me and the missus gonna be cruising in our black 80s G bodies. All right, took a little bit longer than I wanted to this morning, so let's hit the road and get up out of here. All right, so we've made it home and the weather has significantly changed. It's now like 80 and sunny to the twin. So you know we got twins. Except mine's not a car truck thing. Yeah, so like I was telling you, like these pieces are, even though this one's cracked, it's still better than not having it because they're damn near impossible to find. Every single one doesn't have those. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah. Look on the inside.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it needs some of your handiwork.
Oh, like, it's good inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have nice new carpet.
You can fix that.
I don't know, it's all like stained up there, but
I've replaced the carpet in the afternoon.
yeah.
Do this too.
What are you looking at?
Don't worry about what I'm looking at.
Yeah, because they did the whole.
Yeah.
All this is.
This is not. Yeah.
This is all custom. Like this is nice leather.
This is very nice. It's soft.
Yeah. So.
How do you feel?
I love it.
You do?
Oh yeah. Like it's not perfect, but I think after you do your thing, from 10 feet away, it'll look really good.
10 feet away, it's gonna be cute.
Yeah. Polish these wheels up. Just needs a turbo LS, so it can run worth a damn. I mean, like it's not perfect, you know, but still, I think. Yeah, we're not perfect vehicle people. It wasn't quite the deal of yours. For those of you guys that don't know, when I bought the El Camino, I bought that one for $500 with a knocking motor. This one was a little, well, yeah, we can just paint over that.
The ants?
Oh, the ants?
You got ants.
The ant. Not the freaking ants again. Remember when we had ants in the Nova? Look in here. We got a whole other intake and carb. I think I gotta put the carb on it, at least. Probably not the intake. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this motor.
Ooh.
Yeah. But like, all the quarters look good. They don't look like they've been replaced or messed with. We could probably put new plugs in it, change out the filter, maybe swap the carb, whatever. Just make sure it's running, driving, stopping, airing the tires, and if we wanted to, could sell it for a lot more money.
Is that what you wanted?
No. How can I? Now we've got twins. How can I get rid of it now? Like, now we've got twinsies. So twinsies, and they're both black, and they're both 87. How do you say no to that? I think what's gonna end up happening, I already listed it, or I said something online about the C10. No. I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of the C10 and then this will take the C10's place. There's like other stuff I want to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I really love racing the Nova, and I really love, you know, the fast cars and stuff, but I want to drive this to the track, make some passes, and then drive it home. I don't know that we can do that with the motor that's in it. I mean, we could. I just don't know that it's going to be any impressive at all, but we've done a bunch of work to your El Camino that still hasn't been in videos yet, but that thing is like breaks away. Brakes and a couple little things. Like, I got to get the flasher thing and whatever from, but that one's, I'm pretty sure, brakes and that stuff away from being tagged. And then if we can get this one tagged, like, how gangster is that going to be if me and you are pulling up in these two things? Like,
You can high five.
we can high five. Yep. But like, we can go to the track and we can race them against each other. Yours, okay, so I do have to say, you have significantly more motor than this thing has. Like, your motor came out of a vehicle that was actually raced. This is like hot rod chrome valve covers. We put an exhaust on it. You have the advantage in power. Yeah, I have the advantage of race experience. You're still gonna win. Well, of course, you probably make 200 more horsepower than I do. I don't know, that's kind of what I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, I gotta fix the Nova. This was not on the game plan at all. Like, I was supposed to be fixing the Nova this week. Even though that's still on the agenda, this popped up, and I'm never one to turn down a deal.
We were getting ready for bed.
Yeah, we were getting ready for bed, and this popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a very, very, very good deal. So, had to go snatch it, and I just want to do like street car things. Like, the Nova's fun, but it's not as fun driving 8, 10, 12 hours to take it off the trailer to make 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, whatever. I really, when we did Sick Week, I really enjoyed the cruising aspect of it. So maybe you and I can like do some battling with these things. Yeah. Because they're both, I mean, other than you've got a way more badass motor, and you have a converter, I mean, they're both pretty much the same thing. They're pretty factory, no suspension, no nothing. We can kind of take them from where they are now to, let's see what we can make happen.
I'm so happy for you.
This is cool. Like, I think it'd be really enjoyable, because I'm still gonna fix the Nova. We're still gonna go racing and go meet our obligations and all that, but I'm missing the fun because we're always just on the road and working. So I have to go to Maryland because somebody ordered some SHITBOX stuff with extra express shipping, and since they're in Maryland, I'll just go deliver it. Racer in need, go help them out. She's probably gonna do all this, probably not today.
No, you're telling me that? Or are you asking me that?
No, I was thinking like, you know, like,
Well, that's why I was immediately gone when the girls got on the bus.
Oh.
Like, I cleared everything up.
Oh.
Cleared everything up. All the cleaning, all that.
well, I wanted to make it run first. Here's what I want to do. I want to make it run so that way we can move it. You know, because we bought a new battery while I was there.
Okay.
Because the battery he had in it just wasn't taking any sort of charge and it wasn't working. And I want to make it run so we can at least move it. So we'll probably do like first drive video. I definitely want to do a nice before and after of like you going over all of this and cleaning it. Whereas I'll do the mechanical stuff. You don't know the mechanical stuff because you're way better and way more patient at the making the cars look pretty thing.
Thanks.
I don't know if that's the right words, but restoring these to their best potential. Yeah.
Maybe not. Sticker this one up
Oh no, we're putting a giant SHITBOX sticker in the back window.
there. Can you do
Giant.
something like for yourself?
No, yours is too small. See, she's got this little one.
It's a little something.
No, we're doing big one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would even consider, even after getting it tagged and whatnot, like even consider getting the windows tinted. So, and I know the girls will like it.
Something they can ride in. How about that?
Something they can ride in. So now we've got 2 things that they can ride in.
Well, like, no offense to the El Camino, but there's not a back seat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, all 4 of us probably aren't fitting in that thing.
But this.
But this, all 4 of us can fit in.
Yeah.
We can take this thing to dinner.
You know, you have to film me renewing the hands because
Go ahead. Keep talking. keep being mad about ants.
I don't want ants falling on me when I'm doing the thing. Like, I just want to get the
You
ants
can
gone.
get rid of the ants, but we have to wait until at least they get back. All right, so I'm gonna go make this special delivery, and now he's gonna check out the Regal a little bit more, and that's gonna be it for now. I mean, like I said, we're probably gonna do like, I think that you guys would be amazed, because I saw what she did with the El Camino, like the before and after on this one. I think it's gonna be really something special. So, because I think a lot of this is really gonna come out.
This white girl that gets just waxed so they
Yeah,
polish it.
she's gonna go to town. It'll be really good. And then I'm not sure what we need. Probably just spark plugs. I think there's a fuel filter back there. Maybe swap the carb and kind of start from there. See if we can get it to fire up and stay running a little bit. Would be really nice. And I still gotta fix the Nova. We're gonna get this thing off the trailer, get the Nova on the trailer so I can gauge to the alignment and all that. Yeah, tons of stuff to do. We're gonna be super busy, but the weather's finally nice. Perfect time for it. And now we have twins. So this is very good. So there's a tag I didn't get a chance to look up. So the Grand Nationals had really good rears. I don't think this is a Grand National rear, but that tag right there says use limited slip diff only, which means we've got a limited slip differential, which means both tires are